Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? All right. Well, first of all, my name is Noland Hoshino. I'm with High Five Media. I do digital marketing and basically make things look pretty. So I do graphic design and just all kind of cool stuff. And I brought here with me my business partner, Jim Maines. Everyone knows Jim Maines, and he does everything else, just about. So this morning, you know, Ash and I go way back. We connected on Twitter a long time ago when Twitter was super cool now. He is a huge expert in education, technology, and that's how we got connected. So what he laid down for you was a foundation of what this campaign is all about. Campaign strategy and email marketing. These things you control, these things you own, you know. So what I'm gonna get into is basically Facebook ads that, you know, with Facebook now, with the new algorithm, you have no control. You play by Facebook's rules. So the only way to get seen on Facebook now is to buy ads. So that's why we thought this would be a great topic to talk about for your Gilmore 24 campaign, because even though you're gonna post stuff on your Facebook page, your followers are not gonna see it. You know, it's between 2 to 5% now, and the only way to get seen is to buy ads. So we thought this would be a great topic to talk about. Fair warning, some of this stuff is gonna get a little bit wonky. And I tried to break it down as simple as possible because Facebook ads is really technical. There's a strategy behind it. There's different objectives, different ways to do it. But I'm only going to focus on two things. One is boost ads and boost posts and regular Facebook ads. So, but as we go along, because it's going to get wonky, we want to make it fun as well too. So if you know Jim, myself, High Five, Hello Vancouver, we try to make things fun. So during this presentation, there's going to be some breathers where your mind is going to get blown, like, hold on, slow down, Nolan. Well, first of all, I'm from Hawaii, so I talk fast. And I gave you the notes, right? Everything you're going to have, you want to take back with you and kind of go over this yourself. And it's step by step on how to do this. Yeah, so just follow the notes, follow along, and I'm just going to point out some really important things. So Facebook ads, you'll see, you know, come up on your news feed because that's where you're going to see stuff. No one goes to your page. Whatever they see in a Facebook stream is what they see. I get messages from people all the time about, why do I get this ad in front of my news feed? You know, well, because it's a Facebook ad. And the way to identify what a Facebook ad is, it says sponsored on the top. And to just kind of give you an idea of, let's see, is it the right way? Why you should, advertise on Facebook is because that's where your people are at. In Clark County, the #1 social platform is Facebook. So there's 1.5 billion people on Facebook now as of January. And they spend about 10%, folks who are on Facebook, like especially the companies, spend about 10% of digital ads, which generates like 5 billion for Facebook, and Google, they spend like 30%. But kind of going back to the very beginning of Facebook, why it was even created. It was because to connect with people connecting with people. And not nonprofits connecting with people, not businesses connecting with people, it's people connecting with people. So that's why the new algorithm, people start freaking out about the new algorithm now, where what Facebook wants you to see now is what's relevant to you, like what your friends are sharing, what your friends are talking about, not what your nonprofits are talking about. That's why you will not see, your favorite nonprofit post something, and it all depends on the computer that you use too. So like, I'm on my laptop and I see different things on my newsfeed. When I'm on my iPad, I see different things. It's based on your device as well too. On your mobile, different. So again, why should you advertise on social? Well, for a lot of reasons here. Facebook ads are cheap. You can easily target specific audiences. You can create your own ads. Mobile, 80% of people who use Facebook are on mobile, so you can have mobile ads, and you get a great insight of the data once you start doing ads on Facebook. So the number one goal should be when you do Facebook ads is Facebook likes. That is the number one goal, you know. And in order to start creating ads, you want to make sure you have the right role. So how many of you here are Facebook page admins, or you have editor, or you control your Facebook page? Okay, good. So if you don't see this at the very top of your Facebook page, you know, then you're not an admin or an editor, or you don't have control of your Facebook page. And even though you're, you know, have control of your Facebook page, you want to make sure you have the right control. So the only one that doesn't have control is the analyst. But if you're, you know, editor or admin, you have, like, the admin has full control, but you see the different roles that people have with Facebook. So you want to make sure you have the right control before you even start. Right, so what makes a great Facebook ad strategy? Basically, target the right audience and have a great design. So here we go, a breather. So what I wanted to do was to bring Jim up, and we're kind of going to do both things at once. We were going to have Q&A at the end, but we're going to kind of do this in between. So do you have any questions about Facebook, about anything that we talked about today, for me or Jim? Yes, sir.
Is Facebook going away?
No. I thought it would be. You know, I've been in this game since 2006, and honestly, my platform at the beginning was Twitter, because I loved how everything was coming really fast. But Facebook has not been a trendsetter, because they always copied someone. You know, so like check-ins that came from Foursquare. The ads, you know, there's Groupon. They used to do these deals on Facebook as well too. Facebook Live came from Periscope, right?
We'll talk about that next.
Yeah. So no, it's gonna stay for a while. But the thing is, again, it's pay to play now. One more question. We got another breather for them.
What's cheap to you?
For ads? So I would say average is about $1 per like. So use that as a benchmark. Again, once you start doing ads, you'll go back and kind of do an A/B test and just kind of see how your ads are doing. If it's more than $1, you got to just switch things up, like switch your ad copy, switch your design, switch your target audience. You know, so about $1. You know,
Is there a minimum that they charge?
No, you create your own budget. So you say I want to spend $50 for a week. You know, you create your own budget. So hold off. We're gonna move on. We've got more breathers along the way. So, all right. So Facebook has different types of ads, and there's like about 12 of them. I'm only going to focus on two things: Facebook boost posts and Facebook ads to promote your page. Just those two, because reason why folks don't get into Facebook strategy is because it's super, super complicated. Like 12 objectives, and each one is different. But, and here's the kind of like the difference between the two. For boost and ads, so ads mean I'm talking about Facebook like pages. So if you want someone to like your page, this is what I'm going to be talking about. So for Give More 24, starting now, I would start doing Facebook ad to like your page. That's where I would start. The day of, or maybe a couple days before, then you will work on Facebook boosts. And I'll show you examples of where those are at. But two different things now. When people tell me, can you do my Facebook ad strategy? Well, what do you mean? Because there's so many different things to it. But because I've done boosts. The thing about boosts is that it goes in your feed. You'll see it in feed, but it doesn't get you likes. You know, so that's again the number one goal. You want likes because you want people to be part of your community, so you can reach out to them if you have another event. Facebook ads get you likes, but it's a lower reach. But this is where I would spend most of your money. So, and here's kind of like data to show you how each one works. So this one, let's see here, promoted posts. Don't worry about this. This is like a different objective. I'm just looking at the top and the bottom. to kind of show you that, again, higher reach for posts, but again, the goal is to get likes. So before you start doing any Facebook ads, you need to kind of look at who you're targeting. So go into, if you're a Facebook admin, go into your insight and see, okay, who is my audience? So here in this Facebook page, there is, 70% are women. A lot of them come from Vancouver. So you need to know who your audience is first. So when you ever do a Facebook ad strategy, you got to lay down the work first. Don't go into Facebook. With the Facebook ads, people go immediately to Facebook ads and start doing an ad without any type of background information about who it is trying to target. So go into Insights and you can see that. Also in Insights, you'll get to see when is the best time to post, because that's important as well too. So ad images, again, each objective's got different sizes. Focus on two things: Facebook page likes and boost posts. So these are the ad image sizes. Facebook ads changed their 20% text limit. You could only have, at the time, only 20% could be text on the ad itself, but it's now you can do full text on an ad. The only downfall to that is that you get limited reach now, less than you normally would pay. So you can do full ads with, donate now, just put donate on this whole big ad, but it's going to get you less reach. But now it does allow you to do that. Whereas boost posts, you can only have 20% text on the image. So if you're sharing a picture of, like we do an infographic or info snap next week, right? And you put donate, your logo, blah, blah, blah. If it's more than 20%, it's not going to let you do the ad at all. So and the size is important as well too. So on your ads, make sure it's visual, it's relevant, really eye-catching. Facebook itself in its ad platform has already canned photos that you can use, or you can create your own. It's totally up to you. And you want to see examples of ads, there's this website, Ad Espresso, and it has over like a bunch of ads, like I think 50,000 ads. So you just type in, your business, and then it'll show you different types of ads people use. So you can use that as examples. And then Facebook has this tool. It's a text overlaying tool where you upload your ad. It'll tell you if you are within that 20% range or not. So Facebook has a tool, and then there's also another website that does it as well too. To kind of, again, prepping your ad before you start creating your ad plan. So this is what an ad looks like. All the bells and whistles of a great ad. Okay, so now we're going to focus on boost posts. Does anybody know what a boost post is? Someone on the side. Yes?
You create a message and you boost that post by paying for it.
Yep, sort of. So you're on your Facebook page. Let's have a picture of it.
And you get to select the demographics.
Right. So basically, a boost post is a post you created on your Facebook page. So it could be a text, it could be a picture, it could be your event, it could be so many things that you boost on your page, you put on your page. So again, for boost posts, these are the requirements. So, and that's where you see it on your Facebook page. So this is the Hello Vancouver Facebook page. By the way, it's next week, Wednesday. Plug in. And that's where the button is. So when you click the boost button, this is where you'll have a pop-up and it'll show you what you want to do with this ad. All right. And again, I don't want to get into the wonkiness and the technical aspects of this because But what I did with the slides, and that's why we gave you the slides, is that you can go step by step, and you can easily do an ad on a Boost post. So just kind of going really fast, you know, and I have this on the later slide. Your best friend in all of this are these little icons, like the question mark, the little drop down, the links. These are your best friend because they give you all these little help tools, you know, as you go along. Another way to target ads is that you can do create your own audience. So if, let's say, you don't have audience already built up with a Facebook page, you can start looking for people in particular interests. So so you create an audience by, you know, naming it. You know, location is definitely important. And then, again, based on your analytics, what your demographic is, and, you know, their interests. What do you think their interest is? So for Give More 24, I thought, well, not volunteering, people who volunteer like to give, you know, charity causes and nonprofit organizations. And what's great about when you start putting all this data into your ad is that this number, you can tell by this number how many people you're reaching. So of course, the greater the number, the more people you reach. But really, this is determined by the cost as well too. So if you're only going to do like a $5 ad, that's how many people you're going to reach. If you're going to do a $10,000 ad, you're going to reach way more people, right? Because that Facebook wants your money. So like based on, again, the dollar amount increases your reach, and then just put in your credit card. So at the very end of your boost, you want to see how well you did. So we did a boost for one of our clients. Again, look, we reached, you know, almost over 2,000 people. People engaged with it, clicked on it, but look, we only got 1 like out of it. Again, Boost Post is just for your current audience now, or your current people who like your page now. So that's why it's great to do it during the day of Give More 24, not prior to, unless you're promoting something prior to. All right, so another breath. Again, I know, it's a lot. Mind blown. Yes?
So, in determining location, is that based on, so for example, I work with Battleground Education, or Battleground School District, which covers Vancouver, Amboy, Yakult, multiple communities. So can you put in more than one?
Yep. So in location, you can put in Battleground at 25 miles, or Vancouver at 25 miles. Vancouver 25 miles gets you into Portland. It actually reaches out to Camas as well too, a little bit out of Camas. You can do 50 miles, you know. You can, and I have another slide, you can drop a pin, like in Google Maps, drop a pin and say, okay, here's a pin here, 25 miles the radius out of that. You know, so yeah, you can add different locations. You can do specific zip codes. You can do, you know, so many different things as far as location is concerned. So, yes, Sunrise.
Is there any recommendation you guys have found for how many days they do? You can choose how much you want to spend, and then they ask you 7 days, 10 days.
Yep.
Is there any feedback on how many days?
The less the days, the better. Because the shorter the days, especially doing, so we're just talking boost now, the shorter the days, you capture people's attention, more people, if you do the shorter, you get more reach. Because if you're doing like, you know, like say that we do an event, and it's a week out, you know, we'll probably do the ad, a boost maybe for 5 days. We won't do it for like a month, there's no way. Because that post now becomes old news. Right? It's really about current news for your current followers. So, yes? Ads, no, you do we'll talk about that's next, but you want to go a longer campaign. Yes, sir?
So under the interest there, it says volunteering, charity causes, nonprofit. What does that mean? What does that mean, volunteering?
So,
on the back side of that, what does that mean?
so like when someone fills out their profile on Facebook, you know, they say, you know, you give workplace, interests, that's where it comes from.
And do most people fill this out?
Some people do.
Some,
Yeah. They can, not all, but I mean, they do. I mean, I've got my, school and education and.
Like 4 years ago, it was like 40% of users filled it out, but I don't know what it is now. Someone in the back.
When I see a sponsored ad in my feed multiple days in a row, do you know if they're charging the organization per, because I know that they charge
Per impression, right.
stuff, so is that?
Yep, that's a cost to them.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
I kind of figured that, but it's kind of hard.
Right, so that's why you don't want to do a long campaign on a post, because it's the same ad, and you might irritate your followers because I got it, I saw it the first time, don't have to see it every single day, So that's why you just want to keep a shorter campaign plan.
So when you say by impression, what does that mean?
So you can buy Facebook ads per click, per like, per impression, and that's right. And that click, per like, per impression. So, and that is in the Facebook ad strategy, which I'll show you. It'll come up. So again, what you saw the data. I showed you real data as well too. What we did. Honestly, Facebook boost posts are the worst ads to do. The worst. Because again, goal number one, to get likes, right? But they're the easiest to do. So most people are like, I'm going to do an ad. Boom, click the boost thing, and they just click it. They don't do any of the targeting. They just click it, and they spend the money, and woo, it's going to work. It's the worst, but it's the easiest to do.
But just to clarify, like Nolan said, you want to build your likes right now.
Right.
But when it's time for the actual campaign for Give More 24, then it makes complete sense to boost
Yes.
those posts to get everybody engaged to start giving.
Outside of boosting posts for campaigns, to what extent does boosting posts that are doing well to increase people, it's going to show people's feeds, they're going to like it. Does that convert into then future non-boosted posts are going to be able to show up in that person's feed because they've interacted? Is there anything like that?
So what was it?
With those affecting those algorithms of to what extent you're interacting with our Facebook page or posts from our page,
Right.
that future posts are going to show up in your feed non-boosted. Is that?
Nope. Because they didn't like your page. If you don't like the page, you're not going to get.
No, they've already liked it.
Oh, okay.
No, people who have already,
All right.
Engaged.
Right.
if they're already engaged,
Yes.
to increase their engagement.
Right. So again, the new algorithm is the rule they kind of say is that if you interact with a page, like you constantly interact with shares page, you're commenting, you're going to start seeing a lot of their stuff. Right. If you don't, then you're not. That's kind of like the new rule for Facebook. So it's all about interaction.
Well, I mean, is there any kind of a conversion rate of like, they have liked our page, they're not getting our posts in their feed, but so we boosted,
Yep.
they finally interacted with one.
Yep.
I mean, is there any metric that can?
So that's a higher increase of now you're interacting with the share page because you saw their sponsored.
An ROI for that.
Right.
Or regular, is there any kind of way to gauge?
Yeah, I don't think, I honestly don't think that works. You'll see it more often because, again, it's about the likes. And it's about, I know you like your page, but it's not, I don't think it is. I still don't think it is. Okay, sorry, back up. Okay, so boost posts, again, the easiest one to do, that's on your page, that's one way. In Facebook ads, and I'm going to show you this in the next slide, there is it's called promoted boosts. There's another boost way of doing the things that makes it where not only you see it on your stream as a boosted post, but it also gets more likes. So it's like a twofer. So again, so I can see this right now. It's kind of like, this is going like this right now for people, right?
My question's not going to be answered.
Maybe afterwards I'll
Yeah.
talk with you. I think I can.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So one more?
One more.
One more.
Well, then, so with goal for boosting a Facebook post would be for some other type of action, like, oh, I saw this boosted Facebook post, I'm gonna like that, but this reminded me that I like the organization, so I'm going to support them in a different way. Is that the end?
Yes.
That would be the,
Like, exactly. So like, think of Give More 24 Day, right? Give More 24 Day. Today is September 22nd. You get onto Facebook, you're a normal person, and you start seeing, you know, your organization starts going through your feed because you're boosted a post, right? So it's always going to be a reminder every time I go to my Facebook page, or my Facebook feed, I'm going to see you all the time, and that's a great day to do it because now you're competing with everybody else. So here's a problem with this. All this now. Now you know the secret, you're all gonna do it, right? So now you're competing against each other. And how does that work with Facebook? You know, how is it, what about the person who didn't come to this thing and not do it, they lose out, right? But what about who, again, based on how much money you're spending, who you're targeting, that's all important. You know, I talked about that, and your creative ad, that's all important. So, again, boosted posts is great for the day of current volunteers and supporters, Facebook ads, new donors, new volunteers, new supporters. So, can we pause?
Okay.
We're gonna move on. All right, so now we'll get into Facebook ads. Facebook ads, totally different from Facebook boost posts. And then you can get to it several different ways. You can go from your Facebook page, you can go from, you know, all these different places. There's different places you can go to Facebook to create an ad. Here, your footer, a bunch of different places. They make it easy for you because they want your money. All right, so here are the 12 objectives that I talked about. Boost your post. That's one objective. Totally different from boost posts on page. Totally different. Because with that is more strategic, more long-term, more you get more likes out of that. But we're not talking about that. I'm only going to talk about promote your page. That's it. Okay? Everything else you can do, go read up on it. But each one's got a different ad size. Each one's got a different strategy. It all depends on what you want to do. But that's where you go. That's where you start off with. And the way Facebook ads are created is that you start a campaign, and in that campaign you create these ad sets, and you create your creatives. So this is a strategy, and this is a little bit more strategy, but these are the creatives right here. So that's kind of like the tier. And they're kind of more broken down of what each one does. So again, promote your page. That's what we're looking at, awareness. So when you start doing an ad, you click on promote your page, you select the page that you're promoting. And again, this is the campaign. Remember that tier, start off a campaign. Then we move into ad sets, right? So this is kind of like the set of ads that you're going to create for this page. And again, all these little hyperlinks, drop downs, they're your friend. Oh my goodness, you get lost, they're your friend. So if you click this learn more, this column will pop up. And it helps you along the way, right? When you start creating your ad, one of the most important columns is this column. Because this will tell you your reach, you know, specifically what you're doing with your ad, you know, if it's good or bad, you know, it gives you kind of like this little barometer thing. Again, drop downs are great. Definitely use them. So talking to the individual who talked about location, this too changes. So if you change your location, expand your location, this will change as well too. So anytime you do something here, it affects this. So always watch this when you do, like, I'm going to add an interest, or I'm going to add, you know, chemists, or I'm going to add something. Watch this as well too, because this is really, really important. Because if you create an ad too specific that maybe, you know, we want to target a person that loves, you know, pink dogs with poofy hair, you know, you might reach 2 people. That's not a great ad, you know. again, hyperlink, these are your favorite, this is like the best thing ever. All these different help tips along the way. All right. Whew. I know, a lot, right? Questions? Sir?
So I guess you could have, during Give More 24, you can boost several posts.
You can boost one post.
Oh, just one post?
Yes, at a time. The one, so on your page.
Okay, once
right?
that runs out, then you can boost the next.
Correct. So, pro tip, I would boost a post like 2 days before the day, one ad, like one boost. And then you post it again, boost another post the next day, and then the day of, so I would do 3 to prime people up, right? And then, so again, going back to Ash's talk, campaign strategy, that should be part of your strategy. Part of his email talk, your boost, the creative on the boost, your ad or your email should kind of like mirror each other, kind of like look the same, message about the same, right, same brand and so forth.
And just to clarify, so you can boost and you can have ads running.
Right, so boost and ads, totally different thing as well too. We're just talking about boost, you're talking about boost.
Correct.
Right, so, yeah. Yes. You.
So it seems like Facebook is always changing the rules.
Yes.
This is new, this is
Yes.
I heard that you're not supposed to use hashtags, you are supposed to use
Yes.
the algorithm. Is there some resource where you can get?
No. You wake up in the morning. No. You wake up in the morning, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
Right? They do it all the time. All the time. It's hard to keep up with this stuff. So you gotta come to these things and kind of like, we'll give you the cliff notes of what's going on. But yeah, they do it all the time. And so at the very end of the very back of your slides, I have some resources you can go to that are my go-to, like, okay, I can only look at 3 blogs to get all this information. Because I subscribe to like, 500. But these blogs at the end of the slides, I would go to and kind of like follow them and, yeah. Yes?
Emily, on her question, can you boost a post that has hashtags? And will that boost the hashtags?
No, so hashtags was born out of Twitter. They came from Twitter. And it really filters events or, topics, right? Hashtags are great on Instagram because you can stuff hashtags, like I think 20 hashtags on Instagram. That's really, people look at Instagram using the hashtag filter. Great on Twitter as well, because that's where it came from. Not very good on Facebook. I would use hashtag maybe 1, maybe. We use it, Vanois, we use that Vanois if we want to do something local. Because if someone's using, and we'll talk about this next week, like a dashboard like Hootsuite or Tagboard, and they're following hashtags, some of those platforms pull posts from Facebook, so they want to see what's going on. But hashtags are not really good on Facebook. It's just not. So, yes, ma'am.
The one word I haven't heard you say, which I thought was more important, is share. You're only talking about likes and not shares.
Okay, so, right.
Shares were more important than likes, so.
No. Jim will talk about this next week. I hope everyone comes next week. That we're going to talk about influencers, your community, right? So which influencers and your community is that you want to tell them, hey, we posted something on Facebook, could you share it? That's free advertising. You don't have to pay for ads, I'm not talking about that because this is a totally different subject.
And there's a whole strategy with the whole influencer storytelling. We're going to hit that next week.
Right.
Okay, so now I have to sign up and come down
You
here.
gotta come.
You got to come. So preview for next week. If you haven't signed up,
You guys get in
It's
on
going to
it
be good.
easily.
preview for next week is that we're going to talk about influencers, community outreach, going outside your circle. That's one topic Jim and I are going to talk about. And we're also going to create info snaps, like graphic little square things that I talk about all the time. We're actually going to create it, so bring your laptop, because my goal is to leave here with a template. And all you need is one to start it. And you can use it for Give More 24. And then we're going to have one-on-one sessions with social media experts. So I have like few of my friends are going to be here, and we're going to sit down with you and answer all your questions as much as we can,
So it's
one-on-one.
a lot more engaging,
Right.
because they'll come out here and sit with you, and you can ask questions directly to various experts.
Yes.
So what's your pro tip on how much we should spend on a ad campaign for Give More People?
$100,000.
A nonprofit.
So, it's hard to answer that question because I don't know how many likes you have on your page already, how many times are you engaging on. So if you, let's say, your nonprofit, you got 10 people like your page, you need to build up that likes, so I say spend more money. If you have, 500 likes already, maybe it's moderate, It all depends on your organization, So maybe on average, I wouldn't spend, okay, so our expertise, High Five Media, is we do political campaigns. And we do short-term campaigns. We love them because it's about getting the message out in a short period of time. Definitely one of our strategy is to use Facebook ads, and we spend, let's say, in a 3-month period, probably $700. But that's including boosted posts, that is including, that's kind of like moderate, aggressive, you're looking at $1,000, for. Yes, and that's why we say it, because you get, again, what's great about Facebook ads, you get ROI, you get all that data at the end. Because if you put an ad in a paper, which you should do, because that's print material, but you don't know who's seeing it, you don't know what the return is, how they saw it. But again, Facebook ads is just one way of doing ads.
Also next week, I'm going to talk a little about year-long promotion, how to build up for Give More 24 in like little creative ways throughout the year. So it's not just something everybody's doing in the last 2 months.
Okay, moving on. All right, so we're still on Facebook ads, and then again, you can specifically target your age, gender, interests. That's where you do it. And then Facebook already has predetermined interests already in there, so you can start kind of like Google search, start typing the first 3 letters, it'll pop up. All right, so for me, I think one of the most important part of the Facebook ads is that in this box. Because if you're an admin for other pages, you can leverage those people of that page. Because you can select Facebook pages, I think I'm in the next slide here. People who like my page. So if you're an admin, let's say, so I'm an admin for I think 50 different pages. I can say, I want to use, the Humane Society's audience, who has 3,000 likes or, fans on their page. I want to use that audience. I want to use the Humane Society friends of people who like my page, which is even larger, right? Multiplied by 10x. So if you're admin for other pages, you want to leverage that. You want to make sure that you use those audiences as well too. But that is kind of, I like using, this is my favorite part of the whole ad strategy is because it specifically targets people of the same interests as well too, without listing interests earlier. So let's say if I'm an admin for Southwest Humane Society, those are the dog lovers. So I don't have to do interest dog lovers. I already know they like the page because they're dog lovers. So that section, when you get to that section, pay close attention to that because that will help you. It's cheaper. It's cheaper rather than Facebook going out there searching all these interests. It's a cheaper ad cost if you use this. So honestly, when I do ads for clients, my ad cost is between, I say, 60 to 40 cents a like, rather than $1. Because I'm an admin for about 50 pages here in Clark County. So I'm leveraging their audience. So. Just more targeting. Let's see here. And then this, so again, the drop down, this one, rather than doing just one of, let's say, friends of or page of. You can do combinations on this slide here. So you can also list where you want the ad to be placed. How many of you have clicked on an ad, on a Facebook ad, that's on the right-hand column? A couple of you? 3 of you? Yeah, I never. I don't even see them. It's there, but I never see them. I just see what's in my feed, right? So whenever I do ads, I never say right-hand column. I uncheck this box because I know no one does it. So the more targeted you are, the better the ads get seen. So, and what's the problem about right-hand column ads? You don't get it on mobile. It's just whatever's on your feed, right? So yeah, I always uncheck that. Create your budget. You can do daily budget or lifetime budget. I always do lifetime budget because with lifetime budget, what happens is that you can do scheduling. You can only do this in lifetime budget. So you don't want to run your ad 24/7 because no one's up at 3 in the morning. You want to run it at the peak times. Again, you know what I talked about at the very beginning? I talked about times. You want to run it at those peak times. So this is where you select. You can check you can either check individual boxes, or you can just check the boxes at the bottom. And so on this day, this is when the ads are going to run. And this only works if you click lifetime, not daily ads. So that's that's a pro tip strategy right there. Let's see here. Or if you want to just do it manually, I just let Facebook do it automatic because they know what they're doing. But it just kind of gives you an idea of, like on this slide here, it gives you an idea of what's going to cost you. If you do manually, say if you want to like, it's going to cost probably around $2, over $2 for that. So you can put it in there manually, but I just do automatic. It's so much easier. All right. Who's hungry? Come on. All right, another breather. Question? Yes?
You talked about people going in and clicking their interests,
Yep.
but yet when you go search out a few things, different places, all of a sudden you have ads that pop in for what you just searched at.
Okay, that's called, yep.
How much of the
That's-
planning is just because somebody went off on some kind
Yep,
of search
yep, yep.
versus what they clicked?
Okay, so that is a totally another ad. It's called retargeting ads. Amazon is awesome with that. You go to Amazon and you search, for, I don't know, fancy, like colorful socks, right? You go onto your Facebook, you go onto Yahoo, you go onto, hold on, how do they know it's retargeting ads? And that is a great strategy to learn, which we're not going to talk about today because it's super complicated. It's about coding and so forth. But yeah, that's how that works. It's called
part of your options in Facebook as well.
that is not an option. It's a different way of doing totally different. But research retargeting ads. So let's say if I was a nonprofit, right? I went to your website, looked at it. I don't know if I want to donate today. I go to Facebook. Hold on, I see your ad there. Maybe I should have. I mean, it's a reminder, right? So retargeting ads is definitely popular right now. So, anybody else? Questions? Because we can move along. All right. All right. So we're down to the creative part. This is my favorite part because I'm creating stuff. And again, I like to make things look pretty. So this is where you start creating your ads. You can create, you can use Facebook's free ad stock. So if you click on that free stock images, there is a ton of free, photo stock you can use. You don't have to buy them that you can use. Or you can create your own. You can create up to 6 ads, 6 images for your ads. And you can see each one what they look like. Another thing you want to do is do your text. What you want to say here goes here. And it's a limit of 90 characters.
Images only, no video?
You can do video. You can do that too. So back, right, we've got video, slideshow, images. And so normally when I do ads, I do 3, And what we do is that I run all 3 ads to see which one gets the most click, which image gets the most click. and I find out which, after a week, then I delete the other 2 and just stick with that one, for brand consistency. And then once you click place order, then you wait. Takes about maybe no more than 5 minutes. If you didn't hear back in 5 minutes, either something went wrong or contact Facebook. It used to take forever to do for them to approve ads, but now it's super fast. And you'll get a notification, like how you get a notification in the very top right corner saying your ad got approved, or you get an email notification from them. Once your ad is in, then you want to go back and kind of measure what's going on. So here we ran an ad for one of our clients, kind of shows you the metrics of what's going on, how many likes they got, how much we were spending, and so forth. So because this is like a kind of like a specific ad for a political campaign, my costs, it's over $1. So it all depends. The demographic, who's clicking on your ads, and what is this? Placement, where they see it. So look at mobile, crazy. Mobile ads are insane, because that's where most people use their social media is on mobile. Here's a right column. This kind of the thing here. Who clicks that? 2%. And then just, if you want to measure your ads, this is kind of some tips of how to create an Excel sheet to measure all the different ROIs and benchmarks. And the resources. Like I talked about at the very end, this is the resources. So go to this link from Facebook. It's they give one sheet, like one sheeter for each type of ad, give you size, and so forth. If you want to really learn about Facebook ads, John Loomer is like the pro. He's amazing. Our friend John Hayden, he's in the nonprofit world, so he does nonprofit tech, and he talks about Facebook ads there too. Social Media Examiner, again, if there's only 2 blogs to follow to get expertise that's really easy to learn, step by step, Social Media Examiner and Post Planner are the 2 websites I would go see. Especially Post Planner too. They have really it's all kind of almost like bullet points. And John too. John's great about this. John is great about just keeping it simple. This John is a little bit more technical. But if you want to see the different things I want to create videos. I want to create blah blah blah, so forth. So that's it for now. That's it. Not for now. But so last chance to get questions, and then we're going to talk about next week. Yes. Yes. Yep. In Excel. Yep. Anything else? All right. So next week, again, preview. Do you want to tell me what you're going to do? So next week's here, Tuesday at 8:30.
So next week, it's how to create a story that's really going to resonate and engage. A lot of times nonprofits will focus squarely on their mission, and that's not always their story. So we're going to really talk about building the story. We're going to talk about connecting with influencers, and we're going to really try to help walk you through step by step. People maybe on your board, donors, kind of walk through that process. And then we're going to open up this whole new piece, which is Facebook Live, which is kind of a new element they've been testing since Christmas, and now it's out there. And it's super easy to use, and it's really engaging. And we're going to talk about the difference between Facebook Live, and then some of you may have heard of Periscope, which is Twitter's version. We're going to discuss that as well. And then Nolan's going to
talk about info snaps. I've talked about this like the last 3 years. This is my 3rd year going to talk about it. And every time I talk about it, I know people are doing it because I see at Gilmore24, I see people using Canva and all these different tools. Because again, it's info. So info snaps is a term I created from infographics. So it's information snapshots to capture your story in just little square pixel. So we're going to learn how to create those info snaps leave here with a template that you can use using simple tools like Canva, PowerPoint. You know, you can create these things on PowerPoint and Adobe Sparks? Right. Yes, that's a great tool. I'm not a Mac person, but that's only Mac only. But it's a great Adobe tool. The guy who does the creatives at Hi-Fi Media, I use Adobe Suite, which is really complicated. But I want to make this as simple as possible, and I wanted you to leave here with at least something. And then, Gilmore 24 Day, I'll see your stuff and be awesome. And then after that, we're going to have one-on-one sessions with social media experts in the area who's been friends of mine through social. I've met through social, and we have a little group called the Cool Kids. And sit down with you one-on-one, have any questions, get a different perspective, because, tired of hearing me all day, and kind of go from there. But please take all this information that you learned today, the strategy, the email marketing, the Facebook ads, take that back, write down your questions, bring it back next week so we can help you, because we want you to succeed. Especially for the new folks who never done Give More 24, please partner up with the folks who've already done it, because it is a day filled with excitement, filled with a lot of activity that you want to really be prepped before that day. You want to be prepped 2 days before, because so much stuff is going to be going on. But thank you for coming today.